In a dusty village, encircled by arid fields and silent hills, lived a boy named Iqbal. He was 13. His world was small. It consisted of nothing more than a cracked house without electricity, a mother with weary hands, and an old radio that worked only when the wind was kind. His father had passed away when he was just a child, and his mother worked as a cleaner in a town 2 hours away. They had no spare clothes, barely enough food to eat, and no one around them believed they would ever escape poverty. No one, except Iqbal. Every day at sunset, Iqbal would sit on the rooftop, watching the sky burn a fiery orange, and whisper to himself, "Someday, this sky will belong to me." Not as a dream, but as a reality. At school, he was the boy with worn-out shoes and ink-stained fingers. The other children mocked him. "Why do you study so hard?" they would say. "You're just a cleaner's son. People like us don't become anything." Iqbal never argued. He would simply smile and reply, "That is your truth, not mine." One day, the school announced a national science competition. The winner would receive a scholarship to study in the city, an unheard-of opportunity in Iqbal's village. Everyone assumed it was meant for the rich kids in big cities. But Iqbal didn't. He found an old book in the school library about solar panels and energy. He read it under the dim light of a broken bulb, aided by the flickering glow from a street lamp outside. For weeks, he built his model from scrap materials: tin cans, wires from broken radios, and shards of glass from shattered windows. He had no tools, only his imagination. His teacher once saw him and gave a kind laugh. "Iqbal, you're clever, but this is too ambitious. It's fine to try, but don't expect anything." Iqbal looked up with calm eyes and said, "Sir, if I already believe I can't, then why should I even begin?" The day of the competition arrived. Iqbal stood on a stage in the city's mall, nervous, and surrounded by students in perfect uniforms with perfect models. When he presented, the judges fell silent. His model looked clumsy, but it worked. It generated real power. And his presentation was filled with hope, vision, and belief. He didn't speak like a boy. He spoke like a future leader. Later that evening, as the sun set behind the city's buildings, Iqbal sat alone outside, waiting for the bus back to his village. He thought, maybe they didn't like it. Maybe I looked foolish. Just then, a woman with graying hair in an elegant business suit approached him. She was one of the judges. She handed him an envelope and smiled. "You remind me of someone I used to be," she said. He opened the envelope. Inside, it read, "Winner. Full scholarship, housing, uniform, books, future." He didn't cry. He just looked up at the sky and whispered, "Told you." Years passed. Iqbal became an engineer. He returned to his village, not to visit, but to transform it. He built schools. He installed solar panels on rooftops. He trained young minds. And on the gate of the new learning center, in bold letters, he wrote, "The sky is not the limit. Your thinking is." The moral of the story: your circumstances may be poor, but your thinking can be rich. A positive mind isn't blind to reality. It builds new realities. The world changes first in your thoughts, and then in your actions.